So I'm sure you've seen the tweets or the article about trans athletes competing against women in jiu-jitsu. And as one of those females, I wanted to come on here and kind of share my experience about what happened to me in July. So I signed up for a tournament called Submission Challenge on July 8th in Marietta, Georgia. And I wasn't fully expecting to get a match because I was a purple belt at the time and there was no purple belt signed up other than me. But sometimes a blue belt will step up to fight a purple belt. So at this point, I was grateful that I had a match. Until I found out later in this day that I am indeed fighting a biological male. So let's kind of get into my match and my thoughts during it was happening. So I immediately got in the clinch because I always rush in. And as soon as I clinched up, I knew something was different. They felt so strong. I was like, oh my God, this is a very strong old lady. What? So initially, I am in total panic mode. I feel their strength and I'm like, oh, I can't take them down. Better pull guard. And then I work my sweep. I get the sweep and I feel a little more comfortable. And then eventually, like maybe 30, 40 seconds later, I get the tap with the Ezekiel choke. And I get off the mat and I know I still have a second match with this person because it's a best 2 out of 3 bracket. We were the only 2 people in it. So we have to fight 2 to 3 times. So here we have the second match. I take a little different approach because I know now that this is a very strong individual and I don't rush in. They get their grips and I get yanked. I get yanked twice and I'm like, this is so weird. But when they yank me, I kind of fall into a body lock and I'm just so confused. And then they pull guard, I pass, and then I get a paper cutter choke. And then they tell the ref they didn't tap. When I originally posted this on TikTok, I received a lot of hate. And this was never about me winning or beating a trans opponent. This was about me giving a voice to other girls like Jaden and Adela who were scared in their matches. And I can't believe people actually think this is okay. If Cordelia had beaten one of these girls that day, she would have been fighting a 16-year-old biological female. The support that me and Jaden have received from this has been so amazing. And we just want to thank you guys so much for protecting women's sports and especially women's grapplers.